This sketchbook painting is going to be based on a photograph that I took when I visited Manchester, and when I was going back to catch the train, I was waiting at the station and I just took quick pictures with my phone, and it was on a kind of a wide angle setting, so it had a nice amount of skewed angles to the images of the people that it caught. So this is quick sketches based off that photograph, and I had a great day out in Manchester. I was with a friend, and I thought, you know, it won't hurt to just quickly snap a picture of people, because I won't be showing the reference image, but I will be using it, and I don't think I'll be capturing the likeness well enough of the people who were in the picture for them to identify themselves, or for anyone else to identify them either. But it's great to see the natural poses of people and the different things that they wear, and that's what I find quite interesting about these types of images. When you capture a photograph of someone in the public, you get to see how they naturally pose without knowing that you're taking a photograph, and also the clothing and the creases and the angles that you can observe from the photograph, from the picture, which you may not have captured if you were quickly drawing in the moment, because people move so quickly. Now, it doesn't escape me that the first person who I drew, sadly I didn't realise, but the stains on the page makes it look like he's wet himself. Well, I cover that up soon, so he'll have to forgive me, as much as he'll probably never see this, because I didn't notice that up until this point where I'm recording this image, and that is a little bit funny. But isn't it nice seeing all of these different kind of ways that the body is kind of held in these natural candid poses? Because even though a lot of people have their hands in their pockets, it was a cold day, you could tell it was early in the year, but it's still nice to see all of the different things with people. Even though the two ladies are wearing puffer jackets, it's quite interesting, the overlaps. People with backpacks as well, I still think they're quite individual despite their similarities in those aspects. And watercolour is something which I don't use often enough in this way to try to enjoy brightening up a quick ink sketch. And because it was just scribbled sketches of people who I saw there, I thought it would be quite nice to try to heighten that with some watercolour, and I might do that more often. But on this occasion, it just seemed like a fun idea. It's not a watercolour pad, so it's not the best paper for it, but it still seems to work to do what I wanted it to, which was to breathe a little bit more life into these concepts than what was there without the colour. So now it's just a case of mixing darker colours and popping out all of these features of their frame, and trying to make it look a little bit more 3D and a bit more dynamic. But watercolour has this lovely effect of being washy and natural, and having this quality to it which a lot of paint doesn't have, and it's because of how loose the water keeps the pigment, and it's very nice and enjoyable. It makes it a very quick way to get down something which looks quite effective. And just like those touches there in that girl's hair, you can just dab a little bit of a mid-tone into the lighter colour, and it'll just sit there as if it is natural shadow in the hair, which I think is really nice and not something which I can do with any other paint. So yeah, it has this enjoyable process to watercolour, and again, adding shadow like this, it just sort of dances on the surface, and that's what I really like about it. But most of the time when I use watercolour, I'm trying to use it independent of anything else. I usually don't even do a pencil sketch, which doesn't hurt at all, but it's quite different from this type of urban sketching, and it has a bit more of it almost reminds me of what you see in as a kind of the comic book or the funnies, or whatever you call it, in newspapers, where it's kind of scribbled sketches, or even courtroom sketches where you see it's really loose and they just put down some colour to breathe some life into it. And that's what this kind of reminds me of a little bit. It's based on real life, and yet it's kept cartoony and fun, and that's what I quite enjoy about this. I thought I'll get down a little bit of the environment, because at the moment it seems a bit spacious with all of this white paper around the people. So I draw a couple of observations from the train station into there, just to kind of give them a little bit more compositional grounding than they had.